is I will be sort of working in the nights and sleeping in the daytime, because I will be fasting basically during the
Okay.
daytime, for the 90 days.
Right.
So this will be a perfect
Oh,
schedule,
yes.
and I think it's it's a 9 p.m. Around 9-10 p.m. is a perfect time, but I'm available all night.
Right. Oh boy, not me. Well, I
No,
guess
no, I
it
mean,
would be
what I'm
just
saying is
okay
that,
for me.
it will be your daytime. So
Right, right,
anytime
right,
you
right.
need me, I will be, comfortably available around that time.
Oh, okay. So do you have an actual phone number
Yeah,
for
that
WhatsApp?
the WhatsApp number is that, Pakistan number I have,
Yeah, what is it?
0347
0347
366
366
5253.
5253. Okay, because on the WhatsApp, if I don't put it in my contact, then I have to go searching for it, and
Uh-huh. And
you
this is
know,
also my, company WhatsApp number also.
right. Oh, okay. So that's not to say I'm going to call you all the time. It's just that it makes it
No, no, but it's
easier.
easier. Some of these connections are not working out also, but I think Zoom is perfect.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I also like Google Meet, although I cannot
Yeah.
record the meetings, but Google Meet is
Right.
also very good. Immediately
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
the Google, we can come and, talk.
Yeah. But with this way, I can send you a WhatsApp. If you have a few seconds. But
Yeah, yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
I
No
don't want to
issues at
keep
all.
you.
No issues at all. No
Yeah.
issues at all.
So I just wanted to follow up with our conversation because I'm trying to put together my website. I'm trying to finish my website. I've been trying to finish it for almost 3 weeks.
Okay. All right.
But lots of things keep coming up for me to do. But regardless, it's content is everything. We've just set up our shopping carts as well. So that should hopefully be operational by next week.
Okay.
But with what you were going to do, it wasn't a shopping cart. It was more of an invoice straight.
Right. Exactly.
So most all for the past, most of our payments were like that, just a transfer, a bank transfer, a Swift transfer.
Correct. No problem. Perfect.
So it's no issues. So I spoke with Miriam, and she said that it was fine if I wanted to go ahead and receive money directly from you, because I wanted to confirm that with her. It's a little bit of not something I'm used to, but I'm an entrepreneur, so how can it be done is what I always think of.
Correct.
Provided it's we're following some protocols, but obviously there's no issues there. But we still have to make sure we have everything in place because
and
it is money.
actually
And
based on your input, Joanne, I also decided not to become not to play that role of a chairman of the Community Development Foundation, because it creates conflict. So
yeah, I think for me it does.
Yeah, exactly. In Canada, because we are doing a lot of projects in Canada, so I don't
Right.
want to I want to follow all the legal procedures in Canada, because Canada
Right.
is a huge country for us, and a lot of projects will happen in Canada.
No, because it becomes a issue that we will have to end up dealing with, and I don't like when people give me work.
Correct. Why actually create any issue? We do everything right, so that everything is transparent, clear, and now it actually was a better suggestion, because now as a for-profit company, I can make donations and to all NGOs, so there is no issue.
That's right. That's right. So when you say donations, what would you require as?
No, what I'm simply saying is this, that, okay, I mean, although CDF, this is our project, and you can consider this as a SAMS TQLMA global project, whereby we are training all the, mothers, 1,000, of the initial students, plus 50,000 of these gentlemen, engineers who are going to be going to Dalat, because I've been talking to both of my inventors, over there. Both of them are in Dalat, Ken Telford as well as Dr. Paul Olivier. And I said, well, I mean, they are the first people with the knowledge. They have the systems in place. They can manufacture everything over there. So I just, made a decision that instead of, calling, getting them into these different sites. Why don't we go and send all our engineers over there so they can get the training directly from the source?
So, well, we have nothing to do with that.
No, it is
That's,
like that.
yeah,
What we are saying is
right.
this, that these 50,000 engineers, which I'm talking about, and I talked about a lot more engineers for you to train, because your training, your certification, everything, when they become a TQLMA club member, they will also become the member of your organization, VicTree Garden, and they will
Right.
get your training and certifications and all your wisdom and knowledge. That's what I'm interested in. Okay, so they learn from you.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know that you wanted me to train them. I thought you wanted me to work with them in terms of.
Yeah, you
Okay.
definitely they will be working on these number of global city projects, and developing communities, enabling everybody. So I want those 50, all those engineers will be joining my GEMBA program. 50,000 is the initial target I have,
Right.
to send them to Dalat, because Dalat is a campus town now. Okay, we have decided there's a 50,000 people city, small city, very beautiful city in Vietnam. Dr. Paul Olivier loves it. He knows inside out how everything works in Dalat. So I said, well, nothing like it. There's no better place to build this campus town, which he has basically designed, than Dalat. And actually what happened was that I invited Ken Telford, because he is actually fabricating his equipment, to make the machines for making these photo bricks. And I told him that, I have Pakistan Machine Tool Factory available. All the sites are available in Pakistan, and would you like to come and, start fabricating your equipment over here? And he said, Mufaddal, I think I've got a fantastic fabricator here. I am going to be fabricating the equipment in Vietnam and then sending it out to you, wherever you want those equipments to be shipped. So then I decided that it's a great idea for my engineers to really get the training of really building the equipment also, manufacturing the equipment also. So everything sort of, fit in very nicely. So this is what we decided, that I'm going to be, building the first one over there. Vietnam is a nice country, small country, and both the inventors are there. As a 50,000 resident town, Dalat is a small city. And with these two inventors, it will be very easy for me to convert that city into climate smart campus town, basically.
So what do you envision that FBSC train these engineers to do?
Well, I think what we need to do is, I in a nutshell, I want them to become a social entrepreneur like you. That's it. That's it. Nothing else.
Social entrepreneurship. Okay.
Like you. Okay. So they know that where engineers do social entrepreneurship, they do it like this. It's very efficient. It's very, very engineered. It's very effective, and it makes a lot of impact with agility.
Yeah. So a social entrepreneur is a specific set of criteria. So you want us to teach them. I can use a model specifically because they already have an expertise, right? They're already engineers.
They are engineers.
So you want them to start a business. It's almost like subcontracting, how to run almost like a subcontracting business, except with social entrepreneurship, they would have to have a mission.
Correct.
That's not just profits.
Exactly.
We
and
used
what
to
I want, the topic
actually,
is this. The topic, which you are going to be training them on is this: climate smart social entrepreneurship. Okay, so that's a topic. So they know engineering, but they don't know anything about climate smart. They are all raw, basically, and with respect to climate smart, and they are 100% raw with respect to social entrepreneurship.
So when you say, so I know that the social entrepreneurship is a business skills with a social mission.
Correct.
Climate Smart, you want them to learn the Sustainable Development Goals and
Exactly. 17
adaptation
SDGs.
and
17
right.
SDGs implementation.
Okay.
That's it.
SDGs. So they would have to learn climate smart techniques. And social entrepreneurship.
most important thing, Joanne, is this, that you know how to deal with every local community where our trained individual will go. They go to any destination in the world and they should be ready to really work with them.
Well, we do the training, but we won't do any placements.
No. Placement, they are already placed.
Okay.
They're already placed, you know. In my program, they are already placed. But what I want to, it was very, very difficult for me, okay, to train people in quality management systems in Balochistan. Very different culture, very, very challenging, to get all that standards in their heads of the, Balochistan people. But we did it. So that was a tough experience for me because I didn't had any training with respect to dealing with very, very challenging cultures.
So I will have to work with a university to actually do this. So who is going to pay for this?
Well, I mean, it's the same situation. I mean, it's make it part of the VicTree garden training. I know I can train them as whatever I'm talking about, I can train them myself, but simply through the VicTree garden platform and through your vast experience, okay, when they get that training and when they get the certification, which is all in place, with respect to your programs, I know that while they are training, I mean, the same thing, you've got your VicTree garden courses already designed and planned, right?
Right.
Already there.
But yes, we have, oh my God, we have too many courses. That's not the issue this year. It's, when we certify, our program was targeted at homeowners or community projects.
Exactly.
And the certification is not just about taking the courses. It was also doing a project and doing the soil testing. The soil is the big thing.
Correct.
So how would they do that? They would have to find a project worldwide?
No. Already the project has been defined for them. Their community is their project.
Okay.
Simple, very simple. I mean, I don't want them to move out of their community. I want them to build this VicTree garden, as part of the Wheel of Life Farm School Hospitality Center, etc. As part of this community. Just training. Yeah, training in your, areas, specifically in the courses which you have already developed. You've already taught those courses to people.
And all we're doing is, okay, so I'm going to walk you through how I think it should be done, because this is obviously not something we've done, but it still applies, right? So, because our targets have been homeowners or community people.
Correct.
So we're always specific about that. But in 1991, I ran an organization that trained tradespeople in energy conservation and then how to run their own business as subcontractors.
Correct.
So, I mean, I've done it. So
I know that. I know that, all those skills are there, most importantly, and in a nutshell, okay, whatever training in whichever area you give, my, request to you would be that whatever wisdom you have when these students interact with you, you just, in an agile manner, transform your wisdom into them, and that's it.
Yeah, well, in this case, we would have to actually find a university to work with them. So that's going to take a bit of time, but that's okay.
Don't worry about the university. University is already there.
So who would give them the certification? We would?
Yeah, you will certify them, but, it's a special course, which they will be doing. But, currently, I think I'm working, I like to work with the local university in Dalat. So University of Dalat will be there. They will be enrolling these students over there. So it's already an established program. And then, it's an executive program. So they will also be building this campus town.
Okay, so we don't actually, okay. So I will have to what you're saying is that you want us to train them. It's a certificate of completion rather than certification. The certification comes in when they've done the project.
No, project will be part of it, Joanne.
Yeah, okay.
It will be part
Because
of it, okay?
we cannot certify people unless they've done a project.
No, they have to do it. It's a common thing, because it's not theoretical. It's a practical project. You have to really do it. And then that becomes a case study, which we can use that how our trained people have performed.
Right. So that's your data, which you will supply to us as well, because we need to have the, now, can you or your organization give these 50,000 engineers an email address so that we're working through you guys and they have your email? It will make it easier for our membership issues.
Correct. I mean, you tell me how you want to proceed, because I'm enrolling everybody in the TQLMA club members. Okay, and then one PGC. Okay, obviously, so people who are just joining in with one PGC, they will not be able to take the VicTree Garden course. But the people who are joining with 1,000 PGC and 5,300 PGC, obviously, all the your cost will be covered in that.
Yeah. So the 53 goes to a university that they have to work with. So what would be our, so
no, it actually, it is coming to us because GEMBA program is my program, right? So 5,300 PGC is coming into my bank account. TQLMA club membership is coming into my bank account. And then whatever I need to pay different universities for, whatever I need from them, I will pay. I will negotiate and pay them.
Okay, I see. So what is 53? Is
5,300 PGC is, 10,600 Canadian dollars for a 53-month program.
53 month. So that's 4.5 years.
Yeah.
Almost.
I mean, that's a duration I've kept, that they will learn and apply and build a million PGC business.
So we wouldn't do them for over 4.5 years.
No, you take care of your part. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. And who would? And so we would need. We would need an annual membership.
Yeah.
Right.
What you can do is, for me, you can do is this, Joanne. Let's go a step further. Make them a life member and give me a price. Life
member. Okay.
That's it.
And you're willing to pay it?
Yeah. We pay. So, there is no, less bookkeeping, Once they become a member, they know that, they will be able to acquire all the knowledge which Joe and Kirk can provide them, and they will not have to pay again. It's paid once.
Okay. So what do you see that look like?
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is this. Okay? Like what I'm saying is, what I'm telling them is this, okay? If they become a one PGC member, okay? One PGC, which is just $2 Canadian. I am accessible to them for life. My wisdom, my knowledge, my solutions, I'm personally doing it, so nobody else is involved in it. So that is what I'm giving them. Okay, now they invest more, they will get more. If they become 1,000 PGC member, they will be earning also at the same time, not just the consultation from me. If they become a 5,300 PGC member, they will become a homeowner in 53 months, along with the, a million PGC business.
So a life member would be more along the lines for us.
That's your wisdom. That's it. Nothing courses was all those things, they will get the courses, everything else we need to provide them at a member's price, obviously, and we'll pay for that.
Yeah. I'm not sure that's a good strategy. Even though we would get a ton of money, because I don't go by that. I go by what is possible, right?
No, I think I don't want you to change the system. It's just a thought that, when person becomes a 5,300 PGC member, then it's a life membership. They don't need to pay for anything else for the membership after that.
Okay, so it's attractive to them.
It's attractive for them.
I can't tell you honestly that I would be available to them for life. Because I think I would be not truthful, what I think could happen and
No,
should
no, no. I
happen.
mean, I don't know whether how long I'm going to be living, but Joanne, the situation is this, that our organization, our team, SAMS
Right.
TQLMA Global and all the young people whom I'm training, they will be taking care of the TQLMA club members. Sam Walton probably is not doing anything now. Okay.
Right. So
He's
what we can
enjoying the
do is
life, but
maybe
his
have,
team is doing the work.
yeah, maybe have a number of sessions every year. Let's say, two summits or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll have to design it to make sure that it works, because I don't like to take money if it doesn't work.
Correct.
I'm very fussy that way.
No, I think it's a very, very good idea, to do 2 summits of all the students, every, in a year, so that they can come, meet, share with each other's experiences. And, it's a very, very good idea.
We'll also need them to do some, to report on their projects. And if they don't, and we don't want to be chasing people. So
no, they will be coming to us. No chasing.
If we have to chase them, then it's
a waste of time.
we will remove them.
No, sure. And you should actually don't change anything in terms of the requirement, in terms of everything. We want 110% dedication from them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been around a long time and I know how people are.
I know.
So,
this is the reason I am, the one word I am emphasizing to everybody is this: traction.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and traction means that, I am seeing you 7/24. Don't mess with me. Otherwise, I can take care of you.
So the life membership would include access to the summits. We would focus on, I'm trying to think, I'm thinking off the top of my head, okay?
Correct. It's a brainstorming session, consider it like that.
Obviously the education upfront, which there's a cost for that. The membership is different.
Correct.
But updates and maybe what we could do is put the annual certification in that.
Okay.
But based on their reports. Correct. Otherwise we cannot.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And I think it should be the mandatory requirement that they have to submit a report in order for them to recertify themselves. That's right. It's like a continuing education program, That's right. Because we're going to charge for recertification on the annual basis, right? That's what they get, right? So exactly. All right. So I mean, this could be pretty exciting if it works. No, I think I'm all ready. It should work, and there is no choice because we need to solve the COVID-19 problem. Everybody is in a big mess. And now, as a managing director of Chalfu International, I'm working 20 hours a day now. So I'm taking only 4 hours sleep. So how does this, is Miriam or Jenny taking care of these people? No. I think what I did was this: I simplified the whole matter. Okay. Every person, has their own strengths. Okay. Every person has their own model. And I've learned that, in all our, 3 months meeting from you. Okay. So everyone is important. Everybody has their own program. Everybody, we are giving them the opportunity to test every model they have out in our campuses. Come demonstrate what you are capable of doing, and we'll see whether it works or not. Okay. So that's what am I going? Yeah. So these engineers are not working with Miriam? No. They are not working with Mariam. They are not working with Jenny. They are my engineers. I'm enrolling them in the GEMBA program. It is my program. GEMBA program is 100% my program. Nobody is involved in it. Okay, I've developed the whole program. And TQLMA club is also my club, like SAMS club. It is all input from my daughter, because she is the president of the company now. Okay. So she simplified the matter, for everybody. Right. So
when, how many members do you have at the moment with the 5,300 PCE?
Well, actually, the current situation was this, that we were trying to get this account open in Standard Chartered of Mariam Khan CDF, which we are not able to do as yet. All right. I think there are a lot of issues, in Pakistan in terms of opening an NGO account. Okay, Mariam Khan's CDF is not incorporated as a 501c3 company anymore. Still, we need to incorporate that also. And so those are the constraints which we have. Once we do that, then she will be able to receive donations and everything else after that. And she becomes sort of 100% independent of operations. So now what I'm doing is this, in terms of timing and everything. SAMS TQLMA Limited Sierra Leone has been incorporated. Okay, and we are opening up our account in Standard Chartered Bank in Freetown. Okay, and all the transactions, my company transactions of SAMS TQLMA Global, will happen with that account.
So we would get paid from Sierra Leone?
Yeah. So that's my company, right? So my company, 100% my control. And, that company will be actually paying everybody, whatever, needs to be paid from my company's behalf. It will be paid from that account.
So at this point, then I will have to, and you'll have to agree that I need to, we have a financial person that we go to when we're getting international funds.
Well, I think Mr. David Chris is the managing director of Sierra Leone company. He's a gemologist, so you will be working with him in terms of how the transaction and everything will happen. And obviously,
so what I'm saying is that I will have to get him to speak with us to make sure that, he's a fraud specialist. So he protects us when we're getting, not that you're creating fraud, it's just to ask the questions to make sure we have the mechanisms in place. That's all.
Correct. Whatever, I am actually responsible for making all the payments, but physically, I will make all the decisions, where the money goes, how much it goes. Without my approval, nothing will happen. But he's the person physically in ground in Sierra Leone. And I also have a person in ground in Uganda. Okay, Mark is that person on ground in Uganda, and the same account, which we are opening up in Sierra Leone in Standard Chartered, will also be utilized in Uganda and globally, because we don't want to open up multiple accounts. One account is enough for one company,
Right. So what I'm saying is, if you're, I'll send an email. He always oversees and he's one of our advisors. So we'll have to put that so that he'll have to tell me, you have to put this in place, this in place, this in place.
Correct.
And he's very good. Obviously this is not a time thing. This is
wonderful.
More
excellent
to make sure. And he knows Canadian law. That's what he does.
Okay, all right.
Because we get sponsorship from Europe, we get sponsorship from the US. This is not a new thing, but he always makes sure, he tells me, make sure you have this, and that. Okay. So that,
and I think, if you want to simplify the matters also, this is the current scenario. Okay. The other scenario which can happen is this: if you want to just work with a USA company, Hashim Arastu, my fellow engineer from Michigan, has a company incorporated, a very old company, Reliable Energy Savings Inc. So if you prefer that the money should not be coming from Africa, and the issues are there when money comes from Africa or Pakistan.
I don't know if there's any issues. I'm saying I'll speak with Alec, and he can come on talk to us, and he may say, yes, it's fine.
Okay.
And he may say, yes, let's go to the US.
if there is an issue there in getting the money from that account in Freetown, then, what I will do is I will make sure that, Reliable Energy Savings Inc. actually takes care of the financial matters, in USA and Canada.
Right. And like I said, please understand, I don't think there's an issue. I just have to make sure that, I have a board.
We want to do it, without any hiccups, of any kind.
Oh, absolutely. And he'll tell you the easiest way to do it.
Okay, fine.
Because he knows,
this is
his job.
And I
This is his
know
job.
now I am really fortunate to have Mr. Sami Chalfu as a financial expert also with us.
Good.
So,
Great.
I mean, he will make sure that nothing happens, which is not right.
Yeah, well, as you know, the banks are very, there's a lot of stuff that goes on.
Mhm.
We've never had a problem, and we
Mhm.
don't want to have a problem.
We don't want to have a problem. Exactly. And I
And it
100%
has,
agree with you.
sometimes it has nothing to do with you. It just has
Uh-huh.
to do with perception, right?
Correct, correct.
It's,
I know. It's a perception issue
Okay.
all over. And that is
Oh
a
my God.
reason, that is the
Yeah.
reason we want to really, the right person, whoever is the
Yeah.
right person, who can really communicate properly, with that
I'll keep,
stakeholder should be there.
right. That's right. So I'll do, that's one of my actions.
Mhm.
I'll just give you a quick story.
Okay.
We received $8,500 from Europe
Okay.
during Christmas.
Uh-huh.
Okay, for
Okay.
another project, because our projects are based, our monies are based on a project. We don't
Mhm.
get, you know,
Correct.
so they sent it on the 22nd of December, the
Mhm.
worst time to
Mhm.
send money.
Okay.
So the bank held it. Normally they don't hold our money, but with
Mhm.
Christmas and COVID
Everything
and
else, yeah. Mhm.
oh Lord. And so of course we're waiting. We don't see anything. So we phoned the bank. The bank is took the Canadian government says they had to take an extra 2 weeks off.
Uh-huh.
So the money, was it sitting in the bank waiting? Was it in transit? We had no idea.
Mhm.
And so finally, everything sort of, because January was a crazy month, as you may know.
Uh-huh.
People took an extra 2 weeks, right?
Correct, correct.
And so here we are. We have to pay people for that project,
Uh-huh.
and so we're like, okay, because we don't pay people. We don't do anything unless we get the payment.
Correct. Mhm.
Okay. We have to have it in the bank first because we contract, people to do things.
And I
And
think
so,
that is the reason I like Elon Musk, because he created an alternative to banks, which is
yeah,
PayPal. And now he is
right. So,
creating an alternative to
right,
PayPal and other methods, which are
right,
not that
right, right.
efficient.
Yeah, PayPal costs us so much money. I can't
I
even
know
tell you.
that. I
But
mean, but
anyway,
what I'm saying is this, that,
oh,
banks are not efficient, so
no. So anyway, it
it's
ends
a
up
problem.
that
Yeah.
we had sent them the information,
Mhm.
but when they sent it to the main branch in Toronto, and we
Mhm.
live in Oshawa.
Correct.
And so I didn't realize that during the holidays they diverted everything to Toronto. So of course they couldn't find it at our bank,
Now
because
I'll tell
it
you a
didn't.
story also. I'll tell you a story also.
So eventually,
Uh-huh.
we got it, but it's only because I phoned and
Correct.
said, where is it? And so they went searching, and
Uh-huh.
it was sitting in a bank account in Toronto. So
Okay. I know.
now,
Actually,
if I had been smart, I would have had
uh-huh.
Alex, and he would have told me this is what you do, which would have
Exactly.
made everybody's life miserable. But
Correct.
anyway,
Anyway, what happened to me was, a very similar story. I mean, I am 2 years behind because of that. I incorporated a company, TQLMA Australia Pty Limited, okay, in Australia. And in Freetown, the first transaction of gold was supposed to happen 2 years ago, that 5 kilogram transaction. For that, the money was officially wired from, Sydney, Australia to Freetown, and it was blocked.
mhm,
It was blocked, and they say, okay, it cannot be done. Okay,
right.
so when that happened, the money cannot be really transferred to a country like Freetown. All the reg
Mhm,
signals happened, and people who were actually
right.
operating the company for me thought that this was a very risky business. It appears to be illegal and everything, because the bank is not able to transfer officially the money, to a Freetown account.
Right. Yeah.
It happened to me,
Uh,
so I mean, those kind of things are causes a lot of issues basically, for the
right.
business.
Right. Um, so that's I think I have an idea of what you want for the engineers.
Mhm.
Let's talk about the separately,
Mhm.
the CDF.
Okay.
So uh, we're wanting to do a program called Growing Leaders.
Okay.
So you're still working with her, right?
No, yeah, sure. CDF and whatever program she wants to do. I mean, she has to just, I asked her that I need 1,000 CVs, because Joanne will need it, because we need to train those 1,000 ladies. So still the CV is being compiling, and, she's working on it. And now, I mean, it's like slow. I know why it is. I don't know why it is slow.
It's fine. These things take, I've been around a long time. Trust me.
Right.
When people say, like when you said to me, March 1st, that to me is a flag.
Correct.
Because it's about delivery.
Right,
if I can't,
exactly.
it's so this is the problem I'm having. I understand with the engineers, I'm going to be working with you directly, right? Am I correct?
Yeah, Mariam is working with me, but now what we are saying is this, that I'm not part of her organization based on your input.
No, what I'm asking,
She is independent. Yeah.
Yes. What I'm asking, to be clear, for the engineering program, I'll be working with you, or will I be working with Mary?
No. Actually, you are exclusively working with me.
Okay, for the engineering program.
For everybody, for everyone.
For everything. So should I not be
whatever Mariam needs, according to her requirements, you deliver to her. Okay.
Yes.
To her members. Whatever our engineer needs, you deliver according to that requirement to them. And everybody is a TQLMA club member. Everybody is a VicTree Garden member. Based on the discussion we have, and you are giving me a very, very preferred special price, for everybody who is becoming a member. So that's it.
So I gave you the $10 for the 1,000.
No, what I'm saying is now, I mean, whatever you decide, 53,000 batches, I'm going to give you those batches, first for the Dalat and then for every other campuses. So you will be getting a batch of 53,000 engineers or professionals whom you need to train, in those batches.
Oh, so you're saying that you're going to, okay. So,
and I tell you how many batches, okay? 53,000 for Dalat, right? There are 10,000 cities in the world. So multiply 53,000 with 10,000, and those are the number of students which we are talking about.
50,000.
53,000 are the engineers who are going to be building the campus in Dalat, right? So Dalat is a model city which we are building first. Now there are 10,000 cities in the world where the Dalat model will be duplicated.
Okay.
So that's a master plan.
And how many? And how many of those do you have at the moment?
No. I mean, currently, all the engineers are dying to work, to enroll in our program and move forward because they are all idle currently.
So when you say batches, what exactly do you mean?
Well, what we are talking about is this, that, okay, for each campus, in each of my campus town, I would like to have a population of 53,000 student families.
Oh, I see. So it's 50,000 times 10,000 cities.
Yep.
That's a
whatever that amount number comes out to be, but we start with 53,000 per batch. We give you the batches, that okay, Dalat is in control now, and now after the Dalat is working, then we say, okay, I have Uthal in Pakistan, I have Jamshoro in Pakistan. Those are the two cities identified here. There are a number of cities identified in India. Mumbai is one of them. Karachi is the other city. So these are the cities which we have already, we know we need to work with them, So, so we start with Dalat first, and then once the Dalat is, enrolled and people are in Dalat executing the project, then we'll move on. In parallel, it is happening because people who are interested in working in Uthal, they are Baluchi engineers who will be enrolled, and, they will be learning from people in Dalat in parallel and building something. So once that enrollment happens and the money is with us, then, that's another 53,000 batch for you.
So 53,000 engineers are not in every city.
No, what I'm saying is those are the campus town population.
Okay.
It's a university campus, right? So I want in my
Right.
university campus 53,000 student families, and I'm planning and designing for them, the communities, etc.
So, oh, they're not engineers, they're people.
They're people, yeah, 53,000 people, 53,000 people. They are students of in my program, in my university,
Right.
basically, in all
Right.
disciplines, not just engineers, in all
Okay.
disciplines.
Okay. Because I'm
Okay.
trying to see, you know,
Mhm.
I've dealt with universities, so
Mhm.
I want to make sure these now I'm not working with you on stepping on toes, am I? With other
Mhm.
people?
No, no, no. I mean, everybody's independent.
Okay.
Nobody, and I made myself very clear to everybody that
Okay.
I don't want to support just one project or one
Right.
initiative. I want to
Right.
support all of them, and all of them can test their models out because they worked
Mhm.
for their models, and I'm giving them the opportunity to test it out.
Okay.
That's it.
So Mafadal, for the CDF program then,
Mhm.
for the growing leaders, I'll be dealing with you, you'll be paying for them for the membership. And what about the courses?
So everything will be paid because what I'm saying is this: whoever are joining the CDF program, they
Yeah,
will be SAMS TQLMA club members. They have to,
right,
it's a mandatory
right,
requirement. Otherwise, I'm not
right,
supporting non-members. So
right.
they will become a member. Then I'll be working with them to enroll them, in 1,000 PGC or 5,300 PGC based on their capabilities. And then, so I'm taking care of them basically. It is being given to me by Mariam Khan. They will be working on Mariam Khan's projects in Punjab, all the projects which
Mhm.
she has developed, all the sites which she has developed. I'm just financing them.
Okay, so you'll be paying us to execute the program and they
Exactly.
implement it. So
Exactly.
we don't really
Exactly.
have to deal with
You
with
don't
her
have to
per
deal with
se.
Mariam Khan regarding finance.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure because it was
I
a
want to
little
make
bit
it very, very
confusing.
simple,
Who's
so
who?
there is no complication
Yes.
there. And Mariam
Well,
should
that's
focus on just execution of it without worrying about where the money is going to come from.
okay. So do you have the club set up and stuff like that already, or you're working on that?
Which one?
The Sam's Club.
Oh, Sam's Club, yeah. I mean, it's already been in place. I've been so Sam's TQLMA Club is there now. I had a question for you.
Mhm.
Give me a status. Like, say, I'm looking at say Walmart, and
Mhm.
Walmart has Walmart stores, and then
Yeah.
Walmart also has a Sam's Club, right? So this
Right.
Sam's Club is 100% pure business, right? It's nothing to do with social entrepreneurship,
Walmart.
correct?
Right.
So that's the way I want to operate my, Sam's TQL Club also.
Right. It's by
Same
membership.
model.
Yeah. Okay. I got you. All right. So what I will do, do you have, what kind of paperwork do you need? So two things, actions. I need to schedule a meeting with Alec and you may want to bring your financial person on.
Mhm.
So I have to do that. We're required to do this. So I'm
Fine.
sorry, it's not me, it's the way things are.
No, no, correct. I think I
um,
would like to have that meeting, get everything very crystal clear in my mind
yeah,
as to how to do. I will be meeting with them, and then
yeah,
whoever I need to, sort of download, I will download that. If I need services from Chalfu International Financial guys, I
right,
will definitely get their inputs, and
right,
because I need to engage them to and pay them to get their services.
right. And so you can give him it'd probably be an hour at least, give him
Fine,
an
no problem, no
overview.
problem,
And
no problem.
remember, I have to tell you, it costs me. So,
Mhm.
but I have to
Correct.
do it anyway.
No,
I
no,
mean, he's a
correct. So let's
professional.
do it
He's a
and make sure
professional.
that everything is in place. And,
Right.
Alex understands that this is a
Yeah.
kind of a dimension and a volume which we are talking about.
Right.
And,
And then he'll
based on
advise
that, we
me.
move forward.
Right. So I don't get into trouble.
Correct. Exactly.
So he's not this is not our accountant. We have a separate accountant, but
Okay.
he's a fraud specialist, international financing.
Okay.
So
All right. Okay. Good.
you
Good,
might
good,
want to
good.
talk to him as well.
Sure, sure, sure.
So,
I think it's a good idea to do that.
yeah. So schedule a meeting And then the second thing is, do you have any paperwork on agreements? Or do you
No.
want to do that once we've talked with Alec and then say,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
I
how we're
think
going to do it?
let's, whatever, paperwork needs to be signed, we'll sign between two organizations and move forward.
Yeah, so do you have one for that I like one I can send him and say, this is an example of how it would work?
I mean, I can send you a, sort of a small JV agreement, like I've signed with Mariam, which we can sign with
Right,
your organization
right,
also in a similar way. Everything is like a
right.
one-page, very simple document,
Yeah.
which
So
actually
until we
clarifies
get,
everything.
right, until we get this in place, then I
Mhm.
will speak with Miriam to schedule the training.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because
So I can,
Mariam is ready to execute. All we need to do is this. I'm waiting from Mariam to get 1,000 CVs because,
okay,
we need to train those people. Unless I have the CVs, we cannot move forward. So once
that's
he
right,
gives us 1,000 CVs, then we start the training and then, we will train them, and
right,
in parallel, they will be executing the project also.
okay. A- And then, so will you be paying for everything up front?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everything will be paid upfront. According to your systems. I don't want to, change. I
Okay.
mean, you have given me so many favors, Joanne. I don't want to ask for any more.
Well, it's not that, it's just that we have to run a program and be
I know
confident that
that.
it's
I
going
know
to
that.
be
And I think for
executed.
that, we need to follow the system. Money is not
Yeah.
important, but the system is important.
Yes, yes, that's it's not us. I'm an entrepreneur. We're like, yeah, I'll invoice you, let's go. But but
And, and I
unfortunately,
think that is exactly the problem with, young entrepreneurs. They get
yeah,
excited about a lot of things and, I mean, the things are not in place and they get into trouble.
yes. Oh my God. Well, you can get into trouble in many ways.
I
So
know.
I want, when people have our certification, they're proud that we're a
Mhm.
good organization.
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
So,
exactly, exactly.
so all right. Well, I will send an email. I'll speak with Alec. I'll send an email to invite
Okay. All
you,
right.
and that way you would know the date, and you can bring on
Sure.
a financial person as well,
Sure.
if you like, and
No, no, it's
then we can
perfect.
go
I
from
think
there.
I would love to, learn from him and get the
Hmm.
systems in place, so that
Yeah.
will help us in setting up
Hmm.
our own systems also. Okay.
Right.
For how to do it.
Absolutely. Oh,
And I
he
like
is
to,
he is
I like
good.
to duplicate exactly what you are doing. So I don't like reinventing the wheel. I mean, you are operating a
Yeah.
for-profit organization. You are also operating a very, very successful non-for-profit organization. So I want to just duplicate the same model as you have for my, non-profit also.
Um, do you realize how much money you'll be paying me?
Really doesn't matter, Joanne. Really doesn't
Okay.
matter. Money is not important.
Okay.
Money is not
Okay.
important.
All right.
Okay. Money is really not important because you look at the volumes which you are talking about.
Yeah.
Look at the impact which we are, providing. I
Yeah.
mean,
So we
I
have.
can definitely, personally, it's a promise. I will make you a millionaire with agility, maybe 1 year in Canadian dollars.
Not me, but the organization.
No, no,
So,
what I'm saying is this, that, I mean, I'm talking about, I want
yeah,
all the professionals and social entrepreneurs
yeah,
doing good deeds should become a millionaire. Should.
right,
Because then they are
right.
independent. I mean, they can say, I can do this now based on my own resources. I don't have to be
Mhm,
dependent on others, do
mhm.
it.
All right. So we can do the social entrepreneur. We can do they're already engineers, so we're not giving them
Mhm.
a task. They
Correct.
have to do the mandatory project and
Mhm.
get recertification each year. But each year, uh, um, they don't have to pay for their annual certification, but
Mhm.
if we come to an agreement with a life member,
Right.
but we reserve the right to remove them if they do not submit,
Very, very
right?
important. That is a very important
Yes. Yeah.
requirement because we want them to continually learn,
Right.
prove to us that they are really, currently equipped with the current technologies and knowledge and everything to get that
Mhm.
certification renewed.
Right. And
I
it will
100%
be
agree with that.
okay. All right. Well, we're good then.
So, but perfect. What timeline are we looking at now with the next meeting?
I will have to send a couple of options because I will probably have to go. I know you're available at certain times, at 9 o'clock especially. I have to see when Alec is available because he does very high level consultations with governments and stuff. So
Okay.
it will be up to him. I would say let's, today is Thursday. So I would say probably tomorrow is not possible. It might be because, I mean, I'm one of his favorites. So he's
fine, perfect. So
yeah,
schedule the time, you know my schedule, and
yeah.
you can,
all right.
I'm very flexible in terms of accommodating that meeting. I think it's a very important meeting. I'm looking forward to it.
Great, thank you.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the day, and
you too.
Give my regards.
And
to
when
all
do
the
I
Canadians.
get to talk to your daughter at some point?
Yeah, my daughter is enjoying the honeymoon in Maldives Islands,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
once she's done with all of that, then definitely, I mean, she will interact definitely with you guys.
Yeah.
Especially all the ladies, I mean, I want her to learn a lot also from you.
Right. Okay.
She's very young, and I mean, she needs a lot of sort of.
How old
she's a
is
good
she?
professor like me, but she needs to learn business, and now she's teaching me some business itself, So she is she has this entrepreneurial mind, Now during the wedding, she developed this and designed and developed this salt lamp, and which will be used, for in our hospitality centers. And every home should have a salt lamp so they can enjoy, a beach-like environment while working on their computers.
All right.
She's marketing that product,
Good for her.
Sure.
All right.
So, I mean, that is what it is. And from you, I would like to teach her. I mean, she would love it, teach her all the aromatherapy, things and aroma plants and everything which we can grow,
Sure. All right.
Like
I will talk to you by email. And did you want to set up the Zoom, or do you want me to set it up?
You please set it up, or I can do that. There's no problem. Let me know. But it should be around 30-40 minutes, the time frame we have. You don't want to have a very, very long meeting.
Yeah, let's make it less than an hour.
Less than an hour. And
his hourly rate will kill me.
Yeah, exactly. I will share this recording, with you, and you can share it with Alex and everybody else. So we know that we agreed on this. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Right. Okay then.
Perfect. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.